I'm here with Brightview Exteriors conducting an attempt to repair a pliability test on Miss Lone 2's roof. Here I've already pre-marked a wind damaged shingle with this green mark. As you can see, it's completely loose. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to see where the shingle starts and ends, and I'm going to go ahead and mark it with my pink chalk over here. So let me see. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my flat bar and I'm going to go to the right of the shingle. Shingle does not start there, so my guess is it starts here. Let's see. Yep, so shingle starts here. I'm going to mark it in my pink chalk. It's more of a violet color. So shingle starts here. We loosened this one already. I'm going to go ahead and loosen 3 across. So we have 1, 2, and 3. These ones are a little bit worn out already. So 1, 2, 3. I go to my third one right there. That's where my shingle ends. Now I'm going to loosen the next row above. So now that I have my next row above loosened, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and number all of the shingles that will be manipulated during my repair. So sorry, let me loosen up this bottom section first. So first thing I'm going to do is mark all of these. So I have 4 at the bottom row and 3 on top. So I'm going to go with 4 right here. 3, 2, and 1. Then I'm going to go to the next row above. I'm going to go 5, 6, and 7. So 5, 6, and 7. Now I'm going to go mark the outskirts of my repair with my pink chalk. So I can be very clear with you guys about this repair and what is going to get touched and what will not be touched. So this is the area of repair that I'm going to have. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by removing the nails on this first row. So from 1 to 4, and then from 4 to 5 to 6 to 7. So I'm going to start over here to the right. On number 1, I have 1 nail. This nail is halfway up the shingle, almost. It's like a little bit less than halfway, so I am gonna have to lift up pretty high to get it out. As you can see right here, it's past the glue strip and it's deeply embedded, so I'm using my claw to get it out. So nail number 1. Now I'm gonna go over to number 2. Have a look at number, you stop the recording? Oh no, okay. So have a look at number 2. As you can see, this nail is extremely deeply embedded in the shingle, and it is about halfway up the shingle, so it's around here. What I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to take my flat bar, put it up underneath of the shingle, and lift up on the nail. So I'll leave that one alone for now. Now I'm going to go over here to number 3. Number 3 is going to be the same thing. I'm going to use my flat bar to get that one out. And number 4 I can get out with my claw, no problem. So that's the nail number 4. Now I'm going to go to that next row above. On number 5, here we go. As you can see, number 5 has 2 nails, and both of them are pretty deeply embedded, which shouldn't prove to be a problem. As you can see, it popped through that shingle a little bit and left a nice hole. So now I'm going to go to the second nail, number 5. This one might need a little bit of help and persuasion. So I'm going to take my hammer, I'm going to bump it a little bit. There we go. That shingle has been removed. Now I'm going to go over to number 6. Number 6 shouldn't be an issue. Number 6 has been removed. Now I'm gonna go over to number 7. And remember, we still have those 2 at the bottom that are deeply embedded high up the shingle. This one shouldn't be an issue as well. Just like that, pops out. There we go. From there, I'm gonna take my flat bar again, and I'm gonna find those shingles that were high up there. And as you can see from me pulling up on the shingle, the nail has popped through. Now I'm gonna go to the next one, and it's popped through again. There we go. So those are those 2 nails. Now all of the nails have been removed. What I want to do is I want to have a look and see if anything occurred during that movement and manipulation of the shingle. So we can start over here in number 1. Number 1 is okay. There's not a lot of mat transfer. It's just a very old glue strip. This glue strip is no longer adhering to anything. So if I touch it, it's not tacky, doesn't leave any residue on my fingers. So that shingle is gonna have a hard time re-adhering. Now if we go again, same thing here. As you can see, the glue strip on this right side is a little bit worn out. Here in the middle as well. When it gets to that shiny color, when it's this old, it generally means that that glue strip is no longer good. Now we'll go to the next one over, and on this next one, if you look here in the middle, if you can get a little bit closer, here in the middle we have some mat transfer, but here on this end there is quite a lot of mat transfer. If we look at this bottom side of the shingle, you can see, there you go, you can see a little bit of the fibers sticking out from the shingle right here. This tells me that this glue strip will not re-adhere. Now if we go to number 4, we're going to see something similar on number 4. There's a little bit of mat transfer on this bottom one. Instead of the top shingle laying on the bottom shingle, it's the bottom shingle laying on the top. You can see it a little bit here and here. So this shingle is not going to be able to re-adhere. We'll go to that next row above. So here you can see the same thing, granules from that bottom on this top shingle right here. And right here, there's a little bit stuck on the glue strip. The rest of the glue strip looks okay. Number 6, you can see granules stuck on top. It's kind of hard to tell because they're black and brown. This one is okay other than the little bit of mat transfer. And this one we have mat transfer up top, mat transfer here in the middle. There's not too much. It's not anything like number 3 and number 4. So now what we'll do is I'm just gonna label what has failed on these shingles. I'm gonna cross them out. So as of right now, number 4 has failed. Number 3, whatever is left of number 3, has failed as well. And I believe it was this one too, right? Number 5 that had failed? Yeah, 5. Let me double check. Yeah, 5 had that little bit of mat transfer. Number 2, let me have a look. Number 6. I'm gonna call number 6 a fail as well. There's a little bit of mat transfer and that glue strip is no longer adhering. So in total, out of 7 shingles, we have 4 that have completely failed for mat transfer. So I'm gonna write over here to the side. We're gonna write 4 out of 7. I'm gonna put an M and a T for mat transfer. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull that old shingle off. There we go. And as you can see, you have, if you want to bring it a little closer, so they can have a better view. This is that mat transfer from number 7, and the rest is over here from number 4. So this is our wind damage shingle with a little bit of mat transfer left over. So this glue strip, just to make something clear, this glue strip here is already very old and it's lost its stick. So if I go ahead and I touch this one, you can see that it is sticky as can be. But if I go ahead and touch this one, there is absolutely no grip left in this glue strip. So even if I replace this brand new shingle and I put this shingle down, these ones will no longer adhere to the roof. So just to make that clear, so you guys can better understand this repair behind the screen. So here we go. The color is a little bit different because this is a brand new shingle compared to a very old shingle. So here I have my new shingle installed. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my nails. I'm actually gonna end up reusing these nails. There's no rust on them, so I don't necessarily feel bad about putting them back in the roof. So I'm gonna start from number 4 and work my way over to 1, and then go from 7 and work my way over to 5, kind of working backwards. So my first nail, this is how high I have to lift up to nail the shingle in the proper place. As you can see, this is where the head of my nail is, and this is where the tip of my hammer is. I'm gonna go a little bit past that so I don't damage that shingle. Now I'm gonna go over to number 3, same thing. This is how far up I have to lift that shingle to nail it. You wanna have a look? Yeah. So I have to go up a little bit past this so I can get proper coverage with that nail. I don't want to leave it so far down so it becomes exposed. If I leave it here, it's way too close to the edge, so I have to go up a little bit higher so there is no possibility of a leak. So that's my third nail. Now I'm going to go over to number 1. This is going to be my final nail. This plywood is a little bit soft, so it's harder to nail on it and it takes a little bit more force than normal. So here we go. Are you showing them how high I have to lift it to nail it? Okay, perfect. So here number, what is this, 5 is gonna have 2 nails in it. So that's nail 1 and nail 2. There we go. Those are all my nails put back in it. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna blow off a little bit of this chalk. It's a little bit messy here. Excuse me. That was a lot of chalk. Okay, so excuse my coughing, I blew off a little bit. Now I'm gonna have a look at any granule loss. Unfortunately, my brush finally broke this morning, so I do not have a brush with me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lightly use one finger to feel on the shingle if any granules came loose. Right now, as we're walking, we can hear a lot of granules and feel a lot of granules under our feet that have came loose during the repair and from us walking on it. So I'm just very lightly touching the shingle to see if anything has came loose. So if you look at the shingle from a far away distance, there's not a lot to be noticed. But if we bring the camera here a little bit closer, I'm going to take the camera. You can see a lot of patches that have absolutely no granules. So this is from me hammering on it and all the granules jumping off of this shingle. As you can see, there's a ton of spaces in between this shingle where it is just nothing but matte, no granules. If we go, this is number 4, so if we go to number 3, you can see the same thing. If we get up close to it, there is a ton of space. If we go up above, same thing, a ton of space in between these granules. There wasn't any creasing that had happened, but since this shingle is old, like I said, from me hammering on the shingle, all of these granules will just tend to jump off of the shingle. Here we go, this is number 6. You can see a big open patch here in the middle. There's granule loss everywhere on the shingle. So, total, this is gonna be an attempt to repair fail. I can't consider any of these shingles good for granule loss just because of how they look, as I shown on video, and also the mat transfer here on 4, 7, 5, and 6 is concerning to me, because that tells me that this shingle will no longer re-adhere after me manipulating it. So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna put 7 out of 7 and a G and an L for granule loss. So 7 out of the 7 have granule loss from that repair. There is not much you can do in this case of an older roof. So this is at the end always going to be deemed an attempt to repair fail due to this type of conditions, the mat transfer and the granule loss. So I'm going to put an A, a T, and an R equals fail. There we go. So that will conclude my repair on Miss Lone 2's roof. This is a complete and utter attempt to repair fail. These shingles will no longer re-adhere. These new ones, the glue strip underneath of this new shingle is compromised from us lifting off of it, and also due to its age, so this will not be able to re-adhere. If I come back in 6 months to a year and I try to lift these shingles up, they are gonna lift up. These ones will re-adhere because we have a new shingle, but the next row above, there's no new shingle, so these will no longer be able to re-adhere to the roof, deeming this a attempt to repair fail.